Hey, welcome to the first episode of the Miss Strokes podcast. I'm here with my sister, Casey.
Hi, I'm Casey.
So, today's episode, we're going to talk about the coronavirus and how it's impacting the world. Now, so far, it's been pretty outrageous. How do you think about that?
It's been crazy. I'm in college, and our schools have our spring break got extended first, and then now all of our classes went from face-to-face classes, and now they're all online.
That's crazy because our whole golf season got canceled, and we're out of school for 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
Which is just insane.
I don't even have schoolwork while you're off, really. They're moving us along, but we have to have technology in college where y'all aren't.
Well, I have online classes still that I have to do, so I still have a little bit of work that I have to take care of. But really, it won't be too bad. I think it's kind of overrated, to be honest. I mean, I know I get there's people that have issues, especially people over the age of 60 that might have some issues. But for the most part, it's pretty much like the cold. And have you heard the thing that they say that China did this on purpose to?
And that's insane.
I think it could possibly be true. You think about it. China has billions of people. Do you think that they could control the population a little bit?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that definitely would control it if people can't.
Yeah. It's supposed to they said the disease is supposed to especially in men, attack their I don't know, not attack, but mess with their testicles and
reproductive systems. Yes.
Yeah, and cause them to be infertile or something like that. And so I guess China could do that. Or some people thought it could be a weapon, they sent it over to America on purpose.
Well, that would be crazy.
That would be pretty crazy. I don't know how true that is, but that'd be pretty insane.
Yeah. I just think a lot of it is very it is severe, but it's not affecting as many people as I think they think it is, and I think the media is using it to
push it more.
Yeah.
But luckily, I'll have time to practice golf more. You need to come and play golf with me sometime.
I suck at golf.
I know. Well, Dad's gonna come play with us too, and Jonathan will be out there too. He'll like to see you.
Me and Evan just went and played putt-putt at the beach, and it did not go well.
Yeah. Well, I think I could show you a little bit better how to play.
Probably.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, so the golf season's canceled pretty much. So it doesn't really matter. I mean, I could go out and practice, but what's it really gonna do? There's no.
Well, I mean, you still have your senior year. So
oh yeah, I still got that. Still got that. Jonathan couldn't be here today. He's my co-host, so he was gonna be here. And that's fine. He has stuff to do. We'll be here doing another one tomorrow. You can join in on that if you want to.
Sounds great.
Yeah. So he'll enjoy seeing you. He always talks about you all the time. He's like, "How's Casey doing?"
I love Jonathan.
Yeah, I know. He's a little
He's
booger.
the best.
He's a little booger, ain't he? And hopefully in about a week or so we'll get better audio because I kind of hate having to deal with this whole microphone situation.
Yeah, I hope so too. I know you've been looking at some stuff. So
Oh yeah,
see what's
I've been
in the works.
I've been scrolling through Amazon trying to find out better microphone stuff. This is fine for the time being. I mean, it works, I guess. I mean, there's only going to be 4 or 5 people watching this at the most, and they're all going to be related to me. So, but yeah, Devin said he was excited about it, and I was going to show Devin, Coach Bradley.
So, Davis, how do you feel about the coronavirus making your school and your golf season just over? Are you glad? Are you upset?
I'm glad about school per se. I'm glad more about that. Even though it's kind of a bummer if we still have to do homework and stuff. Because, I mean, I get that if they make us do homework over the break, we should still have a spring break. Because they're saying if they take away our homework and they say it's just 3 weeks off, 2.5 weeks off, then we have no spring break whatsoever. And I think that's fair. I get that. But if they're gonna make us do homework, then we should still have the spring break. Because I mean, I know it's a long time off from school, but if they're being this dramatic about it, then they might as well let us have that much time off.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. It's gonna stink if they extend your school or cancel your spring break whenever this is not really in your all's control.
Yeah, I mean, I get it though. I get it because let's say it gets passed around through school. And I get, like, most times kids are going to be fine with it. But it's more about, like, the grandparents they come in contact with. And it's the mass number of people like that.
Well, it's about the carriers. They're not worried for say that the kids are going to get it, but they would hate for a kid to get it and then go home to their mom or dad or grandparent and then carry it on. I think it's more of the concern.
Yeah. So, I mean, you'll have that. Because whenever the swine flu and Ebola and all that came through, and the swine flu actually came from, like, pigs, swine. Yeah. Which Corona apparently came from bats, from China, because they eat everything over there. It's just laid out.
Well, I think it's just the type of flu. It's a different strand of the flu, and even with y'all taking classes off and school off, people are still going to go out. People are still going to be around other people. I think the only way that taking off is really effective if people actually do, watch who
people are still going to go out and do things. And, like, the flu kills people all the time, too. Like, there's been more deaths of the flu. I mean, the flu affects old people and people with diseases. So, I mean, it's pretty much the same deal here, unless that thing about it attacking your testicles is true, which that sounds kind of bad, but super sketch, yeah. I mean, what are you going to do about it? I mean, they haven't found a vaccine, I guess, for it, but
they found something, but they have to test it on people.
Well, because isn't it like over time you build an immunity to it? It's like, because that's how, like, your body builds.
Yeah.
Your body builds up an immunity to it, and then you're fine. Because apparently I saw a case of one dude who he had it, and then he was getting better, and then they put him in quarantine, and it got, like, way worse. Like, he was, like, his body was building an immunity to it, and they put him in quarantine, and just got way worse. He's fine now, though. Like I saw, he's fine now, though. But it's crazy. It's crazy the people that have been quarantined, like the people on boats.
Oh yeah, I would not be going on a cruise right now.
Yeah, that was. Well, I mean, you can't go on it now, but like.
No, I know people that are on cruises.
Right now?
Yeah.
I thought they shut all that down.
No, I know somebody's on a cruise right now.
Oh, well, okay, I wouldn't be doing that. I wouldn't be going on a cruise.
No, I would not be going on a cruise.
I would try to travel more, though, because, you know how tickets are so cheap now, airline.
They're extremely cheap, but I think a lot of that's because, I mean, the CDC's really encouraging people to not travel and to go different places because, I mean, it just kind of increases the spread.
And then airlines are like, hey, we have cheap tickets. I mean, you can come. You can cash it on it.
Well, it's because it's hurting their business. Like, this whole thing, it's hurting a lot of different people.
Well, yeah, because it's supposed to be, like, regulations that restaurants need to shut down and sporting events need to shut down.
Yeah.
So, like, especially at the Masters, how they were going to shut down. I think they were going to do only no spectators. Or something like
picking you up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's picking me up. Yeah, I think.
Well, yeah, like I said, the Masters, it's shutting down all sporting, like March Madness.
Yeah, in the Masters, I thought it was going to be spectators only, though, right?
No, so what I read, it was spectators only, or no spectators at first, and then just
that's what I meant to say. Like no spectators.
Yeah, so it was supposed to be that, but then I think just recently they completely postponed it to where they're not having it at all when they originally or normally have it.
So yeah, now it'll just be postponed. So that kind of sucks, but I mean, it'll be fine. Maybe one day we'll get to watch that. Because, I mean, it seems like everything's being pushed back so far.
Well, yeah, and I feel like a lot of it, like, come April, give it a few weeks, they'll have a better handle and understanding of what's...
Well, especially, like, our conference tournament for golf, it's right up next to the pushback date. So, like, we can only start back sports April 6th, I think. And that's right at the conference tournament. So, if we had to play to meet that, we have to have like 3 matches a week in order to play,
which would be absolutely crazy and would not be good for y'all.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't. Yeah, it wouldn't be good for homework wise, and plus, it's like that's a lot. That takes a lot out of you. And I mean, I guess it'd be helpful because you get a lot of match settings really quickly, and you'd get used to it, and so you get more comfortable. Because right now it's like whenever you're in a match, you get a lot more nervous, and usually our scores have been pretty bad doing it that way. And
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of had it off week now, but I mean, we've kind of starting to get back together. Jonathan just shot perfect par yesterday, which is like,
Awesome.
yeah, I mean, it's amazing because he had 4 birdies.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, I remember he had a birdie putt on number 9 at Redbridge, and he sunk it from like 5 feet, which I mean, not that like not too crazy far, but still, that's I mean, with all that pressure at the last hole.
Yeah, that's a lot. I mean, I don't play golf, so can't really matter. But especially at the last, you're almost there. You're almost ready to end, and
Yeah, I mean, I felt like he would have been fine even if he bogeyed that hole. He would have been fine with it, but it's still like if he would have done that, it wouldn't be perfect par. It'd be 37, and it wouldn't be as good as he knows he could be. And that was a big moment. He called his dad and all that stuff. So that was fun. For me, on the other hand, I was doing pretty good. I'm not the best. I was playing bogey golf up until hole number 6. I was 6 over on 6, so that basically means I had a bogey every hole. Oh, and then I tripled out the last 3 because our school we do triple bogey max, and I just fell apart. I don't know what happened, but I got in my head kind of thinking like, oh, I got to do good on these next 2 holes. If I par out, I'll be good. If I only bogey, I'll be fine. And I got there and I just bad shot after bad shot.
well, I mean, you just got to get out of your head. Like, it's kind of a you thing. I feel like golf, along with pretty much all sports, it's a mind game.
Yeah, well, golf I think is more a mind game than anything because it's like, yeah, in other sports you have the mental aspect to it, but golf it's like you're really playing by yourself. Other people there it don't really matter.
Yeah.
Like, you could play just by yourself and it would still be fine, but other people are there to regulate, making sure you're doing it right, and so you need that there. But having that is another like anxiety factor because you have people watching you, you have people around you who are like pressuring you, not necessarily pressuring you, but they're just kind of there.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's kind of the same. Golf, wrestling. I feel like
It's intimidating.
More individual sports, so it causes
Like, it's intimidating. It's like seeing some big dude with tattoos you're about to wrestle. Like, that's intimidating. Just like it is whenever you're on like a hole and the guy who hits first hits just a monster drive like 300 yards and is playing perfect. Like, you're like, oh, why can't I play like that? And you start getting in your head and you start playing worse. I mean, sometimes if you just kind of have tunnel vision and focus on it, you do better.
Yeah, well, you kind of got to. Like, don't focus on them. Just focus on being the best you can be. And whether that's equally as good as the guy in front of you or not, like, that doesn't matter. Because, I mean, if you get in your own head, you're going to play worse than what you actually can play.
Yeah. But, I mean, that sucks this season because Devin would have had a good shot at going to states this year. And, I mean, it's their last, like, Ryan and Devin on our team, it's their last match for them, or the last season. I mean, me and John and Luke have a couple more years. I have another year, and Luke has 1 more year or 2 more years. So we're fine, but when it comes down to it, like that was their last season. We only had 3 matches.
That would suck, yeah.
That's our last season, or that's their last season. So that's pretty sad. Which I think it sucks. So I think this disease, especially like sports wise, like you're not around that many people in golf.
Yeah.
So I feel like we still could have had matches and finished the season out. But
it's hard because you can't really cancel one sport and not cancel them all, I think is where the issue lies. Like, they can't cancel soccer and softball and baseball, but then let golf continue. Like, they have to do it
for all sports.
Yeah.
I get that. Oh, well, Casey, it was great talking to you today.
Thanks for having me on. I had a great time.
Oh, yeah, on the Mistrix podcast.
I would love to come back again, even though I know absolutely nothing about golf. But
hey, it's not all about golf.
I can talk about anything.
It's about golf and anything else under the sun. But yeah, we talked about the coronavirus the whole time pretty much. But in a way that has affected golf golf-related sports and stuff like that.
Well, thanks for having me on.
You're welcome, and thanks for being such a just grand guest. I mean, come back anytime. You do live in the same house, so.
I mean, yeah, I'll walk across the hall.
All right, thank you, Casey. Tune in next time. Tune in tomorrow, actually. Me and Jonathan are going to have another podcast up for y'all. So that'll be available. All right, peace.